Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Alcoholics Anonymous Hour. My name is Dave, forever an alcoholic. We're shortly going to be introducing our guests for tonight, but before we do that, can I ask Dec to read the preamble, which is read out at the start of every meeting, which very simply tells you what AA is, what it does, and I guess what it doesn't do. Over to you, Dec.
Thanks, Dave. My name is Dec, and I'm an alcoholic, and this is the AA preamble. Alcoholics Anonymous is a fellowship of men and women who share their experience, strength and hope with each other, that they may solve their common problems and help others to recover from alcoholism. The only requirement for membership is a desire to stop drinking. There are no dues or fees for AA membership. We are self-supporting through our own contributions. AA is not allied with any sect, denomination, politics, organisation or institution, does not wish to engage in any controversy, neither endorses nor opposes any causes. Our primary purpose is to stay sober and help other alcoholics to achieve sobriety.
That's great, Dec. Thanks. And can we now get our guests this evening to introduce themselves, please?
I'm Anne, and I'm an alcoholic.
Hi, Anne.
Hi,
Nice
Anne.
to see you. And thanks for taking the time to come across here today. Could you start us off by telling us a bit about your background, where you're from and family, etc.?
Yeah, I'm a Black Country girl. I was born and raised in Bilston.
Yes!
Yeah, I didn't move far. I'm one of four, so I've got siblings, I've got kids, I've got a partner. Yeah, so sort of growing up, it was just the norm, really, growing up on a council estate, going out weekends, you know, got a nice little weekend job, and yeah, sort of went from there.
Family drinkers or not?
Yeah, so I grew up next door to a pub. So, yeah, I don't know how much of a part that played, but yeah, a lot of weekends growing up in the pub, waking up to, you know, people in the house most weekends. And yeah, that was the complete norm for me. All my family drank. It was just normal. Yeah, just a thing to do.
Not excessively, though, or were they?
A bit, yeah. So my mum was a bit of an excessive drinker, but, you know, I don't know about her sort of background, but yeah, growing up it was always family parties, everyone was drinking, and I was used to being around loads of people drinking all the time, you know, so...
So it wasn't out of the ordinary then?
No, definitely not, no.
I had the same. My mum and dad and my younger brother were all alcoholics, and it was just the norm. When I started drinking at probably 16, and you know, didn't stop till I was 52, till I got in here. So that was a lot of drinking, isn't it? A lot of drinking. When you think back about the money that was spent on it over the years, it's it's horrendous, isn't it?
Yeah. Try not
horrendous.
to think about
But there we go. Okay, that's great. Can you tell us then when you had your first drink and how that progressed?
I don't think I can actually sort of pinpoint my very, very first one, but I remember having one at, my family was doing a party for the millennium.
Oh yeah.
Just a normal, typical house party, and they allowed us to have like one of these. It was like a cheap type of Alka-Pop type thing.
All right.
And I just remember feeling so excited. I was absolutely like buzzing, and I drank it. And all I can remember to this day is thinking, how can I get another one? Oh, do you reckon, like, if I ask one of my aunties or my mum, will they let me have another one? Where are they? And I still to this day remember I could see them in the packet on the floor in their side entrance, thinking there's loads there, you know, so... And I remember drinking it, and it just tastes like pop, like they do.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was definitely something I got excited about.
So did you help yourself to some more then out of that?
Do you know, I can't remember. I really can't.
Probably the answer to that is yes then.
Yeah.
Dear me.
Yeah.
So how did that progress over the years?
Well, it was nothing sort of out of the ordinary for teenagers. It was, you know, trying to fit in with my friends, because I was quite the, you know, the chunky, geeky type of girl, and my friends are like the cool, like, you know, that sort of setup. So I just sort of followed them, and we went out weekends, as the typical story goes.
Yeah.
Drinking over the parks.
Yeah. We've all done that, haven't we?
Yeah, getting the tallest lad to wait outside the corner shop, standing over a park in the absolute freezing cold. With no coat on, obviously. Just drinking until all hours and then trying to sneak back home. Which weren't hard, because I live next door to a pub. It was quite loud anyway. No one really noticed whether I was at home or not.
Yeah.
But yeah, because I was sort of like the goody two-shoes out of my siblings, no one batted an eyelid. No one thought I'd be doing anything untoward or unexpected. But yeah, every weekend it'd be out. That sort of progressed into, as we got older, I got like a little weekend job.
Yeah.
So I had more money in my pocket then. So then we started with my friends going out during the week for like these like college nights,
Yeah.
where you could go to the pub and get like a drink for £1. Or another one, like we'd do Mondays, we'd do Tuesdays, we'd have a house party on a Saturday. Then normally it'd be like some college thing on a Sunday. Yeah, it was quite a lot, to be honest, yeah.
Regular stuff then.
Yeah, they all, my friends progressed like to go to college, which I did, but then I dropped out.
Yeah.
I couldn't fit in, I couldn't it was out of my depth for me. But they soared with it, but I dropped out and got a full-time job. Again, more money in my pocket then.
Yeah. So when did you notice that you were drinking more than your friends? And what was the consequences of that?
I'd say it was round about that time when I got that full-time job and we were sort of going off in our own pathways. But because I had more money, I was going out drinking more and I started going out with people that were older than me.
Yeah.
Because I seemed to fit in better with people that were older than me. I don't know whether that was because of growing up, being around adults drinking all my life. But yeah, I just sort of felt more comfortable with the older people and going out to the pubs, and I loved a typical old man's pub. I did,
Why'd you look at me when you said that?
Were you still in your teens then?
I was probably about 18 at this point, yeah. I'd sort of done the weekend drinking all the way through until the college. Then I dropped out of the college and got the full-time job. So, yeah, we just carried on drinking like that. But I was a big binge drinker at this point. I can't ever remember drinking to a point for enjoyment. It was always, if I have a drink, I'm going out to drink, And if I'd come back and I can remember the night, then that wasn't a good night.
Wasn't a good night, no.
I'd genuinely wake up and be like, oh, I could have had a better night. And in my head, that was I could have drank more,
Yeah.
If I woke up remembering, that
Waste of money.
waste of money, yeah. I need to go out and do it again now. I need to have a proper weekend. But that's not normal, is it?
So when did you first accept that you had a problem with alcohol, and what attracted you to AA?
That would have been in COVID. Definitely COVID. My drinking really escalated.
Yeah.
So I was on maternity leave with my youngest daughter at the time. She was a COVID baby. So we were all locked in. My partner was off work as well. So I was at home with the kids, and it was no responsibilities, no work, no schoolwork, nothing. So I could just drink whenever I wanted.
Yeah.
So it went.
I think COVID affected a lot of people that way. People, working from home, and so they didn't have to go into an office or drive or whatever. I know your story on that, yeah. And that's how it progressed, wasn't it? But
it was definitely that was the highlight. That was where my drinking crossed that line, I believe.
Yeah. There is that invisible line, isn't there, that we always cross at some stage. So.
And even before that, was there any warning signs you had up to that point? Frights or scares that made you think, oh?
In terms of sort of consequences, no one ever told me I had a problem. Nobody. I never lost a job. I I never got arrested or, you know, any concerns with my kids or, you know, I don't know where my partner stayed with me all this time, but he did. Very patient man. But it was, you know, the bickering and the arguing sometimes, and I'd go out and I never want to come home. So that was one of the things, and, you know, people would notice that. It would come to a point where we'd go out to like a party with the kids and I'd stay and people would take the kids home because I didn't want to ever go home. It was like, come on, let's carry on. So, yeah, it was... That was definitely a sign, and blacking out, you know. I didn't realise that not everybody did that. I thought that was normal. But yeah, definitely. And always wanting to go out to do things with the motivation of drinking. I didn't realise that either. It was, well, why would you just take your kids over the park for fun? Like, where's the reward? You know, that's insane, isn't it? Yeah.
Okay, can you tell us about the first meeting you went to and how you felt about it?
Oh, the first one, and I'll never ever forget it. It was on a Monday night at Top Church.
All right, yeah.
And I just remember going in there because I told my partner, I said, I'm going to get some help. I didn't know anything about AA before, really.
No.
It was only ever what I'd seen on films.
Yeah, which
You
is
know.
always bad news, isn't it?
You know, standing at a podium and speaking in front of all these people. That's all I'd ever seen. But yeah, I went on and I went to the church and it was pitch black. And I just walked in and there's like a foyer bit first before you get in.
Yeah.
So I walked through there, seeing all these people in a big circle, and I thought, oh no, forget that. And I went to turn around. Well, I did turn around to go and sort of walk out. And a lady just sort of stopped me. She was coming from the kitchen and she was like, are you here for the meeting? And I went, yeah. And she sort of guided me back in, and I was like, oh, you know, being the people pleaser I am, I thought, oh, of course I know now. I've been caught. Yeah. So I went in, and I don't really remember much of it. Not really. I remember crying because that was the first time I'd ever said I was an alcoholic out loud.
So you actually admitted that?
I did. Yeah. Because I do vaguely remember sort of identifying with a couple of people, and it's sort of sinking in like I wouldn't be here if I didn't have an issue, you know.
Yeah.
And I did at the end. They said, "Do you want to say anything?" And I said it out loud, and I absolutely bawled my eyes out.
Yeah.
You know, I think it was that actually saying it out loud for the first time.
Yeah.
Because I sort of always felt I was different. And I'd done the typical, you know, Googling drinking problems and this, that and the other, answering questions. But, you know, I don't like the answers to that, so I'll find a different questionnaire. But, yeah, that was the first time I'd ever said it out loud on my own accord, because at this point nobody had still said, you've got a problem, other than my partner that said, you know... oh, God, it was that moment that brought me to go to a meeting because I said, I don't want to lose you, Bab. I was scared of losing the relationship. And he went, you've already lost yourself. And I was like, oh it was like a dagger to the heart, you know.
Yeah.
And completely right, utterly right. I was not myself. I was empty and broken at that point. I didn't recognise myself anymore at all. So, yeah, I did go. And... I've only ever come to AA since then. I've never done anything else for my drinking.
No.
Yeah, nothing. No.
It's the thing that works, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, back in the early days when I didn't come because I wanted to stop drinking, you know, it was the one thing I was good at. You know, I'm not very good at golf. I was never very good at sports at school, but my wife had enough. She said, Dave, unless you do something about your drinking, I'm out of here. Can't live with this. And that got me to my first meeting a lot of years ago now. But I certainly never said my name's Dave and I'm an alcoholic. And I went I went probably for, I think I did 6 or 7. I did a couple of meetings a week, 6 or 7, 2 or 3 meetings a week, for 6 or 7 weeks. Never shared. Nobody knew my name. And then one particular night, and it wasn't planned. It just came out. My name's Dave, and I'm an alcoholic. And I believe that wasn't me. I believe that was my God looking down on me and saying, "Oh, come on, sunshine, you need to do something about this now." And that was the start of my recovery, because that was me getting honest with me and sharing it with a whole room full of dodgy-looking people in a very dodgy church hall. And life just gets better, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Life
it
gets
does.
better, you know. I mean, I think
does.
recovery is just a great thing. It saved my marriage, you know, and that was key. So, yeah. Okay. So, first
song, yeah. If
First
you want.
song.
Yeah. You've been chinmugging for quite a time, you know.
Oh, right.
Okay. Can I have a quick question? You know, were you carrying your bab when COVID come and you
Yeah.
were drinking? Didn't they ever pick anything up and say, "Do you drink?" Because it must have been in your blood, hadn't it? Didn't the maternity women say?
So it sort of picked up after I'd had my child.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so that was another thing that never made me think I was
No?
a proper alcoholic, because I could sort of stop drinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I was
so-
just thinking there was the bab in the womb
Oh,
going,
no,
being a bit
no.
merry, you know, and they think,
No.
"Oh, there's something going on here."
They did one home visit.
Really?
One, yeah. Because I was functioning alcoholic.
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
one of them, you know.
Yeah.
Everything outwardly looked completely normal.
Yeah.
Outwardly, people are going, "Blooming hell, she's got a life together," you know.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, there's absolutely nothing wrong with her life until, well, you never know what's going on in people's
No,
heads and
no.
closed doors, do you? So
Yeah.
I could hide it very well.
First song then, Rory, never heard of him. It's her. So where's this come from then?
This is a new artist that I found sort of like early on this year, and this one, Across the Song, it's sort of, I just identified with it, like she's talking about having a party and this, that and the other, and the progression of it, and, you know, the good die young, and I always think if I'd have carried on, I probably wouldn't have lived very long, really. Not with how quickly it sort of went. Yeah.
Do you ever listen? Here we go.
Guess someone to buy me vodka, the one that's $9.99. Drink it on a park bench with my friends, and we never wanna sober up. Watch me drink until the boys throw up. Heads into a party, our parents are out of town. Go from necking those Bacardi breezes down to the bathroom where I'm blacking out. Oh my God, hope my dad don't find out. I swear I'm not an alcoholic, I'm only 17. I've seen alcoholics and they don't look like me. Don't ever tell me I should go. Time isn't running out on my Cinderella. This party keeps getting better, and if the good die young, then I'm gonna live forever. Going on with strangers, cause my friends have had enough. They tell me that it's dangerous, I don't care, cause I've already made my bed. I can't sleep unless I'm out my head, yeah. 1,000 empty bottles and a mattress on the floor. When you hit the bottom and there's nobody to call. I'm sick in the morning and by lunchtime I'll be pouring anything I can afford. Don't wanna feel this anymore. I'm not an alcoholic, I'm only 23. I've seen alcoholics and they don't look like me. Don't ever tell me I should go. Time isn't running out on my Cinderella. This party keeps getting better, and if the good die young, then I'm gonna live forever. Forever, 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 forever. Forever, 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 forever. Forever, forever, 23. Looking back, there's no way I couldn't be.
Black Country Extra.
Right, can you tell us, you got to your first meeting that you've told us about. How many meetings did you attend before you got it, as we say?
Oh my life. Well, I've relapsed twice
Have you?
since that first meeting. So the first meeting, I didn't listen. I didn't listen to what people were telling me to do.
Yeah.
I did one meeting a week. That was it for 3 months. I didn't get a sponsor. I didn't do any steps, nothing like that. I just went and put my bum on the seat.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I did share. I did, but I was an emotional wreck. I can only describe myself now as what people say. I was a dry drunk.
Yeah.
100%. I weren't drinking, but I also wasn't doing any work to make it right.
I mean, I always say to newcomers, because I do quite a lot of meetings on a weekly basis, but, you know, it's not a magic bullet, this. You need to put some effort in, and the first thing you need to do is to get to as many meetings as you can and listen and share and do what's suggested, you know. Buy some literature, get the big book, you know, try and get yourself a sponsor at some stage and work through the steps, and that's the only way to keep that sobriety long term.
God, yeah, 100%.
Absolutely.
I after that, you know, I'm a control freak, and I know that now. But I'd already relapsed in my head before I actually relapsed.
Yeah.
I'd planned it all out and everything. I knew I was going to do it.
That was the next question. Can you tell me how long you've been sober? Is that continuous sobriety, or have you had any slips?
No, I come in the May 22, and like I say, I've had a couple of relapses. I did 3 months that time. I come back quite quickly. That's one thing I am grateful for. Is it didn't take much for me to go, oh, you need to get back there. You know. And I come back again, and I did a year. I did a year sobriety, and I started working through my steps and everything. But ultimately, I still had that in the back of my head of, I've had a year now. I can control it. God, yeah. So it weren't like the emotional wreck like the first time, the first 3 months. I started to get that sort of peace, and my life was getting together, and everybody else was happy. But deep down, I hadn't accepted it, and I weren't truly happy at that point with my sobriety. I don't think I'd accepted it then. But again, control freak that I am, I handed back. I was doing service and everything. Right. I handed it all back. I told everybody what I was going to do, because the insanity in my head was, I don't want to let AA down by just going out and drinking. So I'll tell them.
Give them the heads up.
I'll tell them I'm going to go out for a drink. Yeah.
I basically, I prepared everybody. I was like, I decided at that point, I knew it was going to happen. But me, I was like, if it's going to happen, I'm going to tell when it's going to happen, you know.
I think that's the norm. You know, we call it a slip, don't we? You know, and you know, I always say to people, you know, nobody slips a pint of blooming beer down your neck. You know, and you're quite right. You in your own head. I mean, I'm fortunate one. I've never picked up again since I first got into the meetings.
Amazing.
But I've been around a long time, so I've seen a lot of people that have. And 9 times out of 10, it's all planned here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's already done. It's already, you know. But yeah. So, moving on, what would you say to anyone listening to this out there that think they may have a problem with drinking too much?
Oh, I'd just say, you know what? Just ask somebody. Just ask somebody and tell somebody and get to a meeting. You know, what's the worst that could happen? You go to a meeting, you get some information. You know, if it's not for you at that point, you can always go back. Yeah. You know, definitely.
The misery's still there. The pubs are still open. And the off licenses. Yeah.
But yeah, definitely just go and get some help, even if you're unsure.
Yeah.
You know, just go.
Yeah. So can you tell us how your life has improved since you came into the fellowship?
Oh my God, how much time have you got?
Plenty.
Do you know, looking back to when I first come in, my life is like, it's a complete opposite today. Like, I swapped jobs as well in sobriety because I recognised that job wasn't for me. It was making me unhappy. I was building resentments and everything. And I thought, this is not for me. It's not bringing me any peace. So I've swapped my jobs. I'm present for my kids today.
Yeah.
You know, I actually want to go and do things with them, and plan things. And me and my partner's relationship has been the best it's ever been in what I can ever remember.
Yeah.
You know, we've been together, oh God, 14 years.
Wow.
So yeah, it's like a completely and utter different life.
Yeah.
And the peace of mind I've got today, not waking up with the anxiety and not having to check my phone and my bank and even pictures, you know, looking at the timestamps, trying to figure out where I was at what time. You know, all of that effort has gone. Like, my life is so simple and easy today.
How did the kids take it, and how have they adapted or readapted?
Well, my little one, I don't think she really notices any different because she was, like I say, she was a COVID baby, so she was only like 18 months when I come into AA. But my eldest one, yeah, she knows I come. She knows I go to meetings. And the little one knows I go to meetings. I just don't think she understands. But they know I have to go for me, so that I can be there for them. And I'm a lot more patient with them now. I've got a lot more time. Yeah, it's just amazing. Like that, you know, they're flying as well now because I can actually be there for them, and I can only
You're present, aren't you? That's the key.
That's it.
Whereas when we're drinking, we're not, are we?
No. Like before, I'd rush to get them into bed, you know, so I could sit down and do my drinking, you know, and I don't do that now. It's, you know, I actually enjoy doing the bath time and everything. So, oh no, it's crazy, isn't it, when you say it?
Simple things, isn't it?
Simple things, you know. Just reading a story with my daughter, you know, climbing into bed and having a cuddle, and enjoying it and not rushing, you know, not rushing through that story or finding the shortest story. Because, you know, my time was valuable at that time. But it's completely different now. Yeah.
That's lovely.
Do you have to learn to be somebody else then?
Yeah, I would say it was a complete and utter personality change. Like, I look back now and I just think I desperately wanted to be the person that I am today, and I just couldn't see how I could be. But when I put the drink down and started doing what AA told me to do and putting the action into it, that was the main thing. You know, you've really got to want to do it for yourself.
Absolutely. That's the key, isn't it?
It is, because...
I always say that to newcomers again, you know, you've really got to want it in your heart, in your soul, almost in your DNA. And if you don't, go away. Go away. Don't waste our time and don't waste yours, because it won't work. It won't work.
Yeah. Well,
you know, you've got to put that effort in. You've got to want it.
Yeah.
You've got to want it. And if you know, and again, over the years, I've seen people that didn't, and you know, they're back out there, and you know, some of them are dead as a result of that. You know, I mean, alcohol kills alcoholics. We know that, don't we? Yeah.
Do you think, Anne, that you were that person before you picked up a drink, the person that you now are? Were you always that person, and it was the drink that made you this tear away, for the want of a better word?
I think I'd like to think I was.
Yeah.
But I think I picked up the drink to be somebody else for everybody else, and be what they wanted me to be, you know. Because although I talk a lot, I'm quite sort of introverted, you know. I like one-on-one, and I like doing things individually, not big groups, and I don't like all the attention. But that's what I used to drink, so I could be the opposite of who I was and fit in. but you know, there's something within me. I know I can't have one drink.
No.
That was the difference for me.
Yeah.
I took that one and I did not stop until I was out of it.
Yeah.
That was that was the problem, you know.
I always say to newcomers, and I won't say what I really say, but I always say to them, whatever is happening in your life, be it bereavement, you've lost your house, you've lost your partner, you've lost your job, you've lost your driving licence, do not pick up that first drink. If you pick up the first drink, you're in a bit of trouble.
Exactly.
You're in a bit of trouble.
Just a bit.
Yeah, just a bit. Yeah. Well,
That's the tame version.
that's the
Yeah,
tame version.
yeah.
Yeah, because we don't swear on here.
Yeah, we're not over the watershed here.
Oh, dear me, dear me. Billy, anything else you'd like to ask
Not on
Anne-Marie?
this one, no.
No?
You can play a record if you want. You just have to chat for a bit longer after, if you want. Flowers is another one, anyway. That is it
Shocking.
a person called Flowers or?
No, it's the song. So this song, this used to be my song when I was drinking. I'd put it on at every party I was at, no matter where it was. It had to go on. So I like listening to it now because I just think I can still enjoy the things I used to enjoy, just in a different way.
Oh right, yeah.
Yeah, but this one.
So
I
when
don't-
you listen to him, does it take you back then,
It does. It does.
like a snapshot?
It does, and it makes me think of when I did drink, because I did have some nice times drinking, and this song always reminds me of it. But then I always reflect and think, when I was listening to this song, isolated on my sofa, all on my own, drinking me wine, it's the progression of it, like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I can listen to it today in a
Yeah.
positive note. and
So
still
did you
enjoy it.
lose your when you started to drink heavily? Did you lose your mates then, or
Yeah, so
was it a choice thing, or was it their choice?
I think that because we went off in different paths, but I made different friends, the grown-up friends, and I always surrounded myself with people that drank like me. So it would be like my family who drank heavily like me because I wouldn't feel judged or they wouldn't question it. Or I'd go out to pubs where I could just drink all night. Yeah, and I even roped, my partner into it because he's not like me. He's a normie, I call it. Yeah, he can have one and just leave it and not be bothered. I know, it's shocking, isn't it? He's the weird one. No, I'm joking. But no, I roped him into that. Like, I'd drink and he'd have to try and keep up with me. And believe it or not, since I stopped drinking, he hardly drinks at all.
Really?
Hardly, ever.
Wow.
But yeah, I'd always sort of gravitate to people that drank towards me.
Yeah.
All the time. Yeah. Hold them hostage, I think.
So are you all right if other people are drinking around you, or do you prefer not to be
No,
in that
that's-
atmosphere?
Yeah, it was difficult at first because it was uncomfortable. But like last night, I went out for a work stew. Went in the Gifford, actually. Do you not know the Gifford?
No.
Wolverhampton?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Went out with all of my work colleagues, and they were all drinking and went to the pub after, and I was absolutely fine, sat there, having a bottle of water, and I know now when it's like, oh, I've had enough now.
Yeah.
I'll just go home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get
And
up and go when you want.
yeah,
Yeah,
that
and
was
just
it.
and just slide out.
Yeah, I was
yeah.
just like, I'm off home now. See you
Yeah.
later. Have a good night.
I know. I spent quite a bit of time. I was still drinking when I was working, and spent. And it was a huge drinking culture, and there were always, there were sort of monthly sales meetings, and we always got absolutely hammered on that. But and when I stopped when I was still working, and instead of sort of, I'd still go on those nights, but I was drinking soda water. I drink pints of soda water and lime rather than alcohol, and people were saying, What's up, Dave? Why have you stopped drinking? And I said, well, we used to have an annual medical at that stage, and I'd had one literally the week before that, and my cholesterol level was my liver function level was high, and it was suggested that maybe I should cut down on my drinking. So I said that was it. That was the reason, and I told people, I said that was the reason why. Yeah. But then on all these nights out, instead of sort of saying to people, right, I'm off now, guys, we'll see you tomorrow, I just used to slide out. Yeah. And you know, and people the next morning would say, what happened to you last night, Dave? And I'd say, oh, I was absolutely knackered, you know. So I just thought I'd just go home, get to bed, you know, and that worked. It worked for a lot of years, you know.
Should we play the song?
Let's do it.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, baby.
Country Extra.
Okay. Is there anything else you'd like to say, Anne-Marie? I know we've had quite a. I'm sort of a.
He's got to the end of his list.
I am.
I like to be efficient. That's me.
Do you want me to do the where to find and stuff?
Yeah, you could do. Yeah,
Do that now.
yeah, by all means. Yeah.
30 seconds on
Have you got it?
Okay. Yeah, I've got it here in front of me. So there's various ways to contact us. So if anybody who's listening who is struggling, if you can jump on the AA website on your phone or your laptop or wherever it is you use, if you just search for Alcoholics Anonymous UK, that'll take you to the website. It'll be the top one. If you don't have the web, there's a phone number, which is 0800 917 7650. That's 0800 917 7650. There's also an email address, which is probably no good if you don't have the internet, but anyway, it's help@aamail.org. There's a where to find as well, which is really brilliant. You put in the days of the week that you could attend a meeting, you could put in your postcode, and it'll give you all the meetings in that area and the times. There's also a live chat if you really need to chat to somebody there and then. Somebody will type back to you in a live situation, and they'll advise you what's best. So if you are struggling, please get in touch with any of the ways mentioned. Thanks very much.
Well done, Dick. Well done. Yeah, that does work. We have a number of people that we do what we call a 12-step call. So I took one last week actually, and the guys, he shared his, I asked, he'd spoken to somebody at head office, and then they passed him my number because he was local to where I live, and so I tend to send them the where to find, the local where to find, and suggest that I always make reference to the shows, because once these have been broadcast, they're uploaded onto YouTube. And so they're all available. So I always say to people, if this is what happens once they've been broadcast, they're uploaded onto is it a podcast we call them? Yeah. So I suggest that it goes onto YouTube, searches for AA Black Country Radio, and listen to people's stories and try and pick up on the similarities to his own story rather than the differences. Which
I think we've had maybe two, because sometimes we move them over to the 6 o'clock show on Black Country Radio.
Yeah.
And we've had a couple of occurrences where whoever's been hosting, say it's Mark or somebody, and they phoned me and said they've been in the studio and they've said, do you know where there's an AA meeting tonight? Why? Because there's somebody on the phone needs to know where it is locally, and he's listening to the show. So that on occasions that people pick up, whether they go, obviously we can't check if they go.
The feedback is always
the
good.
The feedback's really positive.
Every time people that do listen to it, they always come back and say that was amazing.
But I think life stories are the only way to tell them.
Yeah.
Not just with AA, but Sue, the drug rehabilitation, charity, Black Country Mental Health.
Yeah.
If somebody comes in and tells a story, then that's really the most important thing. Yeah, really.
Because people can relate to that, can't they? They can relate to how how their life.
Marie, did your family, when you stopped drinking, did you say all your family are all drinkers and all that?
Yeah.
So were they a bit wary of you, thinking, who's going to judge us now if we have every time?
Oh, God.
And they wouldn't go out with you because we ain't going out with Marie because we don't drink anymore.
Yeah, you do get that a lot, don't you? But there was a lot of saying, "Oh, you're all right. You ain't that bad. You're fine." And I do always think that's more for their benefit.
I was going to say, do you think that's their excuse to say, well, we're going to carry on drinking?
Well, yeah, because if they drink like me, then, she's stopped, but that's up to them. But I just say, at the beginning I used to say, I can't hack the hangovers anymore. Or, oh no, I'm just trying to knock it on the head for a little bit. Or, I'm on a diet. That was always a thing. But I'd always try and stop, be like, we need to do something else next weekend. We've got to do something else. I'm sick of it being rain drink. That was a frequent thing every weekend, trying to look for alternatives, and it never happened. It would always end up to me drinking. But I think the biggest thing I always found was I always used to think that an alcoholic had to drink every single day and had to drink in the morning, and I always had this image in my head of, the typical park bench with a paper bag, but it really isn't like that. And I've found, when I share at meetings, there's more and more people now that identify with the way I drink now. Well, used to, obviously. That I never drank every day. I never took a morning drink. I was a weekly binge drinker to start with, you know. And a lot of people will go, oh, you know, that's how I am. Because a lot of people have this perception that you have to drink every day to be an alky. But, yeah, all I know is as soon as I took that one drink, I changed.
Yeah,
That's all it took. Whether it was days or weeks or months apart, it didn't matter. It was never going to change. And I think that's what people have to look at if they think they've got a problem, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
But was it a conscious decision with you just not to drink in the week at the time, or did it not bother you at all?
Oh, yeah, it bothered me loads. I'd always be like, because I work and I got the kids, I'd be like, no, I've got to do as best as I can during the week and my reward will be the weekend.
Yeah.
So it'd be get up, do school runs, go to work, clean the house, do everything I needed to do as a good partner and mother. And then come the weekend, it would be leave me alone. I've done everything I need to do. In a way, it was like you've got no reason to moan at me in a way or pull me up on anything because I've ticked all the boxes here. So leave me to drink how I want to drink now. Yeah. But even doing that, you know, you can clean your house as much as you want. But if you're not waking up of a morning because you're still that hungover or you're cancelling plans that you've made on a Sunday because you physically can't leave the house like I used to. I still remember this time round because, you know, God willing, I'll be 2 years tomorrow.
Well done. Brilliant.
So I remember what brought me back to AA that day was I had plans to take my daughter to her nan's to go and visit. Her nan's got a horse. And we was meant to go there so she could ride the horse and, you know, do all that sort of stuff. And she loves it. And I had to cancel it because I was that hungover. So bad. I just couldn't leave the house. Like, to a point my hands were shaking. Probably from hangover and anxiety. Yeah. I remember my heart beating that fast in my chest. And this is where it's insane. I thought I was going to have a heart attack. Yeah. And I wouldn't ask anybody for any help because I was that shameful that it was because of the drink. Yeah. It's things like that. And I thought, this can't go on. Like, this just isn't normal and I can't live my life like this anymore. And at that point, you know, I'm cancelling plans that my daughter's looking forward to. My partner's disappointed. I'm disappointed in myself. I've had to message her nan and be like, you know, I can't come today. I'm really sorry. It's just, it was, you know.
Just makes you feel empty, doesn't it?
Oh, God, yeah. Yeah. And it's so draining. Really draining.
It's hard work.
Yeah.
Being an alky.
It is. It is really hard. And I was so lucky not to reach the depths of what I could have. I was so lucky. But if I hadn't reached out again to a friend that day who I just called her and I said, you know, can you help me? And she come and picked me up and took me to my meeting on that Sunday night. And obviously I've been sober since, but that's where AA's been for me. It's always been there when I needed them. Yeah. Always. And I've never had to use anybody else or anything else because I know that it's always worked for me. So
works if you work it.
Yeah. I think that was the point where I thought, this is it now. Yeah. This is it.
Absolutely.
So did you get like a gradual rush coming towards the weekend that you knew was, and your head's telling you, oh, you're gonna have a drink tonight. Now, does that still happen? But you say, no, I'm not. Do you tell yourself that you're not, or it just gone completely?
It's just gone completely and utterly gone. Yeah. The thought of it has gone. So that Monday to Friday when I was work, I would think about it all day, every day, until the weekend. It'd be like, oh, I can't wait for the weekend, you know. I'd be counting down the days for the weekend. But the progression for me was, after I'd had my kids, like, I went part-time in work. So when I'd finish work on a Wednesday, well, that become my weekend then.
Oh, right.
So I'd be like, I can have a drink on a Wednesday night. because I got work Thursday and Friday. I've only got to get up for the kids and take them to school. So it went from a Saturday binge to a Wednesday and a Saturday binge. And then because obviously I didn't work on a Friday, I thought, I'll have a drink on a Friday as well. And then it'd start Friday, Saturday, Wednesday. And on some occasions, I don't know why, but my partner, he's a bricklayer, and for some reason they drink on a Sunday. He used to, I don't know. He used to have. I just perplexed by that. I'd be like, "You got work tomorrow? What are you having a drink on a Sunday for?" But he'd have a nice drink on a Sunday. But because he was drinking, it was like, "Oh, I can have a drink as well. Not a drink with him."
Yeah.
It was just an excuse. Because he's doing it, I can do it. So yeah, it went Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Wednesday, until eventually I was like, oh, I can't do it. Or sometimes I couldn't even drink because I'd be that hungover and in pain. Like I'd always feel like my ribs and my liver. I'd be so panicking, like, of a damage, like it feels swollen. Or I'd be in the mirror looking at the corners of my eyes, like, are these yellow? Are these going yellow? Or, you know, is this normal?
Yeah.
Which isn't normal. It was always things like that. And looking for other alternatives before I come to AA, it would be looking at vitamins and things like that, you know, to detox my liver.
Yeah.
Or trying to manage my life so I could still drink. So as daft as it is, I've been on like a diet plan. I don't know if I can say the brand here, but I'd be on a
There
diet.
are other brands available.
I'd be like on a diet plan where I'd be like, well, I'll keep all these points.
Yeah.
So I can keep all these points during the day, so I've got more points for alcohol on the weekend.
Yeah.
You know, it's
just
crazy.
Yeah.
Strange, isn't it?
Everything to reward yourself, isn't it?
Yeah, I'd do it with money as well.
Yeah.
You know, I won't buy that because I need my money for my booze the weekend. Or, like, if we did the shopping, I'd add the booze into the weekly shopping if the fella was paying. You know, it's simple things like that. But yeah, it's when you look back at it, it's absolutely crazy.
It's madness, isn't it?
It is
Absolute
madness, you know.
Insanity.
Yeah.
It
It
is.
really
and
is.
Yeah,
to
there's
go from that.
There's no logic, is there, to what
No.
you
No,
do?
there isn't.
But
No.
you
There
can't
was-
suss it out.
Yeah, there was at the time.
Yeah.
Was at the time. I just
Yeah.
couldn't see it.
Yeah.
Yeah. To go from that to not even thinking about it now.
Yeah.
You know, I wake up of a morning, I think, let's have a coffee and do my gratitude list and what's the plan for the day, you know.
Yeah.
So,
Just put you in the right mindset, doesn't
oh
it?
yeah.
The whole programme.
I think I've been around quite a few years now, but the thought about taking a drink never, ever crosses my mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I know where it took me the last time, and you know, I might not survive it this time. If I pick up another drink, it could kill me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, that about brings us to the end of the show. Thanks once again to Anne-Marie for coming along and sharing your inspirational story with us, and all the listeners out there. We're so grateful. Thanks again to Billy in Black Country Radio for putting up with us again over the last 5 years and helping us pass the message on to those still suffering alcoholics out there in the world. I think this will have been our 51st show, and it's been a truly humbling experience over the years. And a final thanks to Dec for all his support on the technical stuff, mate. Much appreciated.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Thank you.
We've got time just for one more track. Sonny Federa, some days, Jazzy and DOD, whatever that means in brackets.
I don't know.
No,
I just like the
is
song.
it a banger, this one?
It's a banger.
Oh,
yeah.
right then, let's go
Yeah.
out on a banger then. This is a complete
Well,
banger.
this one does.
Some days I wanna sail away when the going gets rough, when the going gets tough. But something deep inside my body says you are more than enough. So don't give up, keep it moving on, yeah. Keep it moving on, yeah. Keep it moving, keep it moving, keep it moving on, yeah. Keep it moving on, yeah. Keep it moving on, yeah. Keep it moving, keep it moving, keep it moving on, yeah, yeah. Don't stop now, don't give up. It's your time, live your life, give your love. Keep it high, up above.
the Black Country. Online, on your mobile,